Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. This reading is intended for the sign of Taurus. If you are watching for a Taurus, reverse roles, because it will feel as though I'm speaking to you about your Taurus. So, Taurus, I've shuffled the deck and I've pulled your cards. Sorry you were last this time, you'll be first next time. 7 of Cups for how you're starting the reading. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck to see what's been going on since I've spoken to you last. Okay, so this is a lot. I'm seeing, we'll start here. We've got an ending and feeling like nothing is going to ever be the same again, or it's going to be okay. And kind of this feeling of like giving up on love for a while. It looks like you got really hurt. The person that's coming through in the middle of this spread is almost like they chose something over you. But what's silly is what they chose over you was a disaster, and they knew it. Like, they knew that everything that glitters isn't gold. They knew this thing wasn't gold, and they still picked it anyway. And that really gave your confidence kind of a knock. After that, what I'm seeing is you getting an offer from a King of Swords in the reverse. And what's interesting is, like, way back here, right? This is someone else, but when you were dealing with this person, you were a Queen of Wands. So you felt really confident, you felt really good about yourself, you felt very attractive and desirable. You put a bunch of work into the situation, and then it felt like you got turned down or kind of like put off to the side for something that was like, how could this person pick this over me? When it put you in this space of this Queen of Swords, that's when you attracted a King of Swords reverse, because you're also in the reverse. So if you think about the person that it looks like you're dealing with now versus the person you were dealing with before them, they're completely different, right? It's like you are now a product of the relationship that I saw back here, and you don't feel so attractive and desirable and wonderful. If anything, you feel like very suspicious about love. You're still feeling very hurt, very jaded. And it's like you attracted a partner that is exactly a reflection of that. Like, this person that's coming through in your reading as somebody who maybe they're very cynical. They don't have a tendency to like believe in anything. They don't believe in love. It's almost like you two bonded through your trauma or your misery is what I'm seeing here. And then because of that, you told yourself, like, okay, now I understand why I got rejected when I was a Queen of Wands. Everything that happened to me back then happened so that I would be right here where I am right now with this person who will always choose me because we're both the same, right? I had to go through what I went through to become this Queen of Swords in the reverse so that I could attract a King of Swords in the reverse. And now we have this bond. We're going to work together. We're going to make everything happen for ourselves that other people took from us or didn't want to build with us. We'll do that together, right? So this is like a massive trauma bond that I'm seeing here. And what's kind of unfortunate is, like, when you felt really good about yourself, you attracted kind of this really crappy person back here, right? But instead of like looking at the situation and being like, okay, that person was not a good match for me, that person was disrespectful, or they disregarded all of my efforts, it was more like the takeaway was something else and you changed. You know, like, if you look back at the person you were before, you know, first going into this situation way back here, you were completely different. You know, maybe you dressed different, maybe you talked different, maybe there were things that you did that you enjoyed, whereas now you're a lot more like insecure, or you want your partner to be with you when you go places versus like feeling very independent. It's like you've changed so much based on what this person did to you back when you were feeling like really good about yourself and feeling like, you know, as long as I put my best foot forward, as long as I try really hard in relationships, why wouldn't they work? You know, I think for a lot of you, that past relationship, it was the first time maybe that you've ever been like not picked, or that somebody has been like, I don't want this anymore, because it seems like you have the like upper hand in all of the relationships you're in. It's like you're the one that does the leaving. Nobody leaves Taurus, right? So when this person did this, it changed you on a level that like you're not the same person, and because of that, you've attracted this King of Swords, King of Wands in the reverse energy. And the hard part is like, through your trauma bond, it made you both stronger, but the person that's coming through in this reading is like, they're damaged on kind of a fundamental level. Like, you had the one situation that turned you kind of into who you are now. Whereas this person, it seems like their life has been a series of unfortunate events because they are not learning lessons. So they keep having to like repeat the same kind of traumatic lessons in relationships over and over. And so you, even though you changed, you still have this idea of like, if I put my best foot forward, or if I heal somebody, if I fix somebody, we'll make it work. We'll be together. This person, however, they were not on the team the way you thought that they were. Because what I'm seeing here is like the honeymoon period, the trauma bonding, that's over. And now this person is looking for something new. They're looking for something that's going to fill their cup, because it's like they didn't want to do the work to build the things that you both talked about. They just wanted to like sit in their misery, and they wanted to commiserate over their trauma. And now that it looks like you're serious about like, hey, let's work together. Let's get where we need to go. And you're putting all this effort into it. They don't want that, right? There's somebody who, it's like they meet people or a person and they future fake them. They suck them in and they talk about all their problems and they empathize with your problems, and they'll let you give to them in a way that makes them feel good. But eventually this person, because they're kind of empty. So it's like after they do the trauma bond love bombing thing, there's not really anything past that. But also, like, if you give too much to this person, they freak out. And then they cause arguments, or they feel triggered or smothered, and they need to leave, right? This could be somebody that, like, you think everything's fine, and all of a sudden they just blow up, and then they're storming out. And it feels like you have to, like, smooth things over and apologize to this person, or work things out again and see, like, where do you stand with them? They do this because they don't want to ever have to be in one place. So, like, they're giving to you because it feels good in the moment, but you can't expect it to be permanent. Like, that's how they view it, is like, everything I'm saying, everything I'm doing, I'm only doing this for now because it feels good. But the minute it doesn't feel good, or it feels too good, I'm gonna storm out. I'm gonna pull the rug out from under you. I'm gonna hit the reset button on this relationship so that you have to start all over with me, to the point that we never make any progress. We never do the things that we've both said we're gonna do, right? I think it's hard because as you were moving away from the person who looks like they damaged you so much and into this relationship, you may not have given yourself like time to process, because it's like you jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire as I'm looking at your cards in this person. So I see a lot of confusion coming from you at this time. You're in the Seven of Cups energy. It feels like you're trying to figure out what is going on with this person. Why do they behave the way that they do? What possibilities are available for this connection to get off the ground again? Because it feels like, oddly enough, you could live with this person, or you could like have been with this person for quite some time. Like, I'm not seeing this as being something new. This actually looks like this could be at least a year old, which is crazy. 1 to 3 years old, because this feels new in the sense that you don't have the stability that you should have for the amount of time you've been in this relationship. And it feels new in the sense that it's hard for you to predict what this person is going to do next, even though you've been in their space for long enough to like know. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be finding something else out about this person that you're unaware of. And it's going to really open your eyes to what this is. Okay. There's something here. Either this person has an addiction, they get drunk, they say something, they call you someone else's name, you hear something, you read something, you see something. There's some kind of like almost drunken confession coming through. There was a sign that actually ended up getting drunk and telling people something. I believe it was a Sagittarius, and that's your opportunity as Temperance in the reverse is to leave a Sagittarius. So that's kind of weird. You could be dealing with somebody who is a Sagittarius. I also see Earth, Fire, Magician reversed. So that's like Aries energy, Gemini energy, and the Moon reversed. So Pisces. So it looks like you're going to be finding something out. It could even be that this person doesn't tell you something, but how do I explain it? It's almost like maybe they say they're going to take the car and go somewhere, like to work or something, but then you like go for a walk and you see your car parked like around the corner. And it turns out that they just like left the car there and got into a different car and went somewhere else because they don't want the GPS to like track where they were going. It's something kind of like that, where you come across like something that feels wrong, and it's already a situation that you've been like thinking of. Like something about this has been off for a while. Something about this has been bugging you for a while. I think it has a lot to do with this person's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde attitude. It's really possible that this person was an addict at some point and told you that they are no longer in like active addiction. Because it's like what you're doing is you're trying to make sense of the behavior. I feel like the behaviors that this person exhibits that are so, it's not just uncontrollable. It's like, it's just like out of nowhere. Like, where is this coming from? Why are you acting like this? Why do you suddenly need to leave? All that's going to make sense to you in the near future. I think you're going to find out that this person is back to doing whatever they said they weren't doing. So if they drank, if they did drugs, because this is something on a like, it's like upsetting their biology, like their physical, like withdrawals, or they're like very agitated, very, very frustrated with you over things that in the past weren't a big deal. Maybe you're finding yourself like making jokes that the two of you used to like laugh about, and then instead they're like, you're so annoying, just get off me, right? Like this person is becoming secretive, but I feel like this has already been a thing, because with what I'm seeing, you're trying to get to the bottom of like, what is the secret, or what is the purpose for the behavior? Why is this person behaving this way, right? When you get this clue, whatever this is, it could be that you overhear something. It could be that you see something that confirms a suspicion that you had. This could even be like you finding a receipt that is like for, I don't even know what it could be, maybe for liquor, or maybe it's a receipt for like a hotel room, or you know what I'm saying? Like you're going to have something tangible that you can show this person and say like what's going on, right? Like this isn't just me being suspicious. This isn't just me projecting, or like, because the thing is this person, they're manipulative in the sense that like whatever you told them about your past relationship, they will use that against you when you try to call them out, right? So like say they're coming in at like 4:00 in the morning and you're like, hey, you know, it makes me really uncomfortable when you come in at 4:00 in the morning and you don't call me. I was worried. If they're doing whatever they've been doing, like drinking, any kind of recreational substances, instead of them being like the person they used to be, where they'd be like, oh man, I know that can be triggering for you because of what you told me you went through. Their attitude is like, well, you know, this is why you get cheated on, because you're suspicious. or you're suspicious because your ex was no good and they cheated on you with everybody and now you think that's who I am and blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying? Like, this person, they've almost become mean. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I'm picking up on. And so you're going to get some kind of information that you can bring to this person that it's not just like, this is how I feel, right? It's like, no, this is right here. This is what this is. Like, you can't argue this. You can't deny this. You can't gaslight me into saying like it's because of my past that I feel this way. It's going to be something that you can present to this person and they will have to explain to you what is going on with them because you will have proof. Okay. You're going to want to know everything. You're going to want to know, how long has this been a thing? Who is this person? Where do you get this from? Like, whatever this is, you want all the information, right? You're going to be trying your hardest to uncover everything there is to uncover. It's almost like you go into super detective mode. For some of you, maybe you collect a bunch of information before you confront this person. And so I'm seeing you following like different threads. Maybe you're contacting people, right? Asking people, how do you know this person? How often do you see this person? It's like you trying to get a very good picture of what you're dealing with almost before you come to this person, simply because you know that they have like an anger problem or they have a tendency to try to flip it around on you and just make it seem like you're imagining things, right? Because they're starting off the spread kind of thinking like, am I just overreacting? Am I just, is this like a product of how I have been feeling unloved in my previous relationships? And then it's like, no, this is real. This is happening. I want to know everything about this, right? What's interesting is you actually come towards this person and you're concerned about them, even though you know that this person has been doing things that are against your wishes or that are not exactly honest with like what they've been saying to you. You try to approach this person as a friend and say like, hey, I thought we were on the same team. I really care. Can we fix this? Is there something that you need? If you've relapsed, could you go to rehab? If you're cheating, could you explain what about this other person was so much like more important or better than what we were building? Like, you come towards this person very level-headed. I don't see you like flying out of a bag on anybody or breaking their stuff or damaging things. It's like you're giving them an honest opportunity to express themselves in a way that is like not judgmental, not upset, just put it all on the table. Be honest with me, right? The issue here is that this person, like I was saying in the beginning of the reading, they've had kind of this life of unfortunate events is what I'm seeing. And so there isn't just one thing, right? There isn't one driving force that makes this person do what they do, that they can say like, yeah, I need to go to counseling for, abuse. I need to understand why my house burned down when I was a kid. Like, there isn't just one situation that this person could like tackle and then suddenly be on the level, right? It's like this person would literally have to go through years of transformative thinking, therapy. They might need to completely relocate where they are. They could have to cut off family, friends. Like, there's so much going on with this person that it isn't as simple as like when you're coming with this Page of Pentacles, like, hey, let's work through this or be honest and we can figure it out. Like, I'm not saying anybody is damaged beyond repair. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through hell and back, right? And I'm still here. So I'm not saying that by any means. But what I'm saying is like, there is no simple answer for this situation. And that's something that you have an opportunity to understand is like the depths of where this person is at. because I don't think they ever told you. I don't think they ever showed you. I don't think you even have scratched the surface of like what is going on inside of this person. The thing is that you may fall into wanting to be the fixer of this, because I'm seeing some like proactive energy where it's like, okay, like, well, then we should just do this and do this and do this. And if you go here and you take this and, you know, read this book, and like, it's almost like when this person tells you things, it's more than you thought it would be. And then there's a danger of you falling into like the person that's like, okay, well, we can turn this around. We can get this moving. Couple of things about that. Magician in the reverse. This person isn't going to tell you everything. They're going to tell you that they've told you everything, right? But in reality, it's like they're picking a couple of things that are big enough to shock you into feeling like, okay, that's got to be everything. It's not. This is somebody who's done this for years. Like, this is how they get by. They align themselves with people who are feeling low. They trauma bond. They leech off their energy. They get dysregulated. They do whatever it is they do to try to re-regulate themselves. The partner is trying to figure out what's going on. And then they drop some bomb, right? That the partner is like, okay, that's a lot, but I think we can make this work. And then the partner, because they feel like this person is being so candid and open and honest, they go above and beyond to try to rehabilitate this person. The thing is, because this person has been doing this for so long, they know exactly what to say. They know how to act. They know after this big conversation that's inevitable, because every partner has this with me, I'm going to tell them I'm really upset because my grandma died. And then they're going to suggest that I get grief counseling. And then I'm going to tell them week 1, I'm looking for a counselor and I'm not going to do anything. And then week 2, they're going to be asking me what I've done, and I'm going to tell them I did something, but I couldn't find what I needed. So I'm getting more depressed, and now I'm going to keep doing this thing because there's no hope for me. And that buys me time to keep doing what I want to do and have the excuse that I'm trying so hard, but I'm hurt that it's not working. And so my person, instead of being like, hey, you need to figure this out, is going to feel really bad for me, right? Because I'm trying so hard and the world is against me. So that's going to buy me an extra week to keep doing what I'm doing. And then as my person is trying to rehabilitate me and ask me these questions about, you know, did I sign up for NA or AA? I'm going to start flying off the handle on them, because now in week 3, this is the part where I make it seem like they're trying to change me. And so I take that out on them, and then that gives me, you know, license to go keep doing what I want to do. And all the while, I'm like destroying this person, right? Through their love that they have of me. I'm going to use that against them, right? I'm going to make them feel like they're nagging me or like they're not supporting me. I'm going to flip this around on them, right? This is what this person does, and they don't stop doing this until their partner leaves. You know, what's interesting when I'm looking at your advice, you manifested this person into your life, but not for the reason you think. You thought you manifested this person into your life because you were supposed to bond together through your trauma, and like your past relationship is what put you where you are now. And like, oh my God, I've changed so much. And now I have this like new emo sad vibe, and I match this person, and we're like soulmates, right? In reality, you manifested this person into your life because this person back here really hurt you. You didn't feel so great. And then you end up with somebody who's really crummy. And through this is abuse. This will be abuse, right? On a psychological and emotional level. Through this person's abuse, you're going to end up being like, you know what? To hell with you. I'm great. I'm awesome. I don't know what your problem is. It's not my problem to fix. I don't care what happens to you, right? You're going to get to a point, because I see you trying to put the work in, and it's going to keep knocking your self-esteem. It's going to keep making you like question, like, am I the problem? Am I a bad person? Am I an unsupportive partner? It's like triggering you, right? Bringing up all these feelings that you thought by getting with this like sad boy or sad girl emo person, you could ignore, right? but instead it's shining a light on your insecurities, because this person is going to use them to manipulate you into feeling like you are the problem, when this person has been doing this since they were a kid. They probably did this to their mom. They probably did this to their dad. Like this is like a little psychopath, a little narcissistic person. Like it's somebody that learns how to play on people's emotions so that they can use them as weapons against whoever is in charge. This person has problems with authority. This person has problems with vulnerability. They have problems with accountability. It's like they use their magic powers to destroy anybody who is like not doing what they want them to do. That's basically what it boils down to. This person is really strange, exceptionally spoiled. They're very used to getting their way. And the energy is just low. It just sucks, you know? So something to keep in mind is like, this is something you manifested, but not for why you think, right? It's literally shining a light on your insecurities that this way back your past person gave you, so that you can break all that down and build yourself back up even stronger, okay? Unfortunately, it's like, say you're a house, that past relationship was like the bad tenant, right? And the relationship you're in now is like the wrecking crew and the wrecking ball that's going to tear down the house that the bad tenant damaged when they lived there. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. Like this person is like the big boss of bad relationships. And it'll actually make your past relationship pale in comparison. But it'll also teach you like, man, I was a prize and I have been a prize and I always have been a prize. And like, I don't need anybody to tell me that, right? I don't need somebody to change for me, to heal for me, to pick me, to support me. I don't need any of that to know that I am the prize, right? So I'm sorry that you're going through this. It seems like a lot, but I believe that this is happening so that you really can have a great partner, not in this person, not in the past person, someone new. But so that you can have like a really healthy relationship that doesn't require you to feel like if you're not saving someone's life, you don't have value, right? All right, your oracle card. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Bottom of the deck, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So this is trying to help you get back on your path, okay? This person, they're going to implode eventually, but it could be years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they do to people. They've been doing this for as long as they've been able to, like, strategically think about, like, ooh, if I tell my teacher she's fat, right? Like, this has been a thing. This isn't something you can break this person out of. If anything, save yourself, fix yourself, figure out what you need to do for you, and then kind of move forward, right? And hold your head up. This has been like a whole big thing for you, from this past crappy person to now this wrecking ball person. And I'm so sorry you're going through this, but once you rebuild yourself, you really will not need anyone. And that's when you get to the point in life where you attract like the person that you never even thought existed, because they're so amazing, right? You're not coming from a place of lack and like hoping someone will fill you up. Instead, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't need anybody, and now everybody wants me, and they're all really good options. You get what I mean? All right, Taurus, good luck with this. I will speak to all of you soon. In the meantime, you take very good care of yourselves. Bye.